There are many ways to make gold in Guild Wars 2. Here are my top 10 gold farms in 2025. Disclaimer: the order of these farms is my subjective opinion, as I did not base it solely on optimal gold per hour, but also on ease of access, longevity and most importantly, fun. I have included the average gold per hour without the big ticket items such as infusions, which many of the events mentioned can drop. You may find that your favorite gold farm is lower than you expected, or not on the list at all. Sorry about that, that is just my opinion, and if you are wondering why you should care about my opinion, I'm a veteran with almost 1 million gold account value. Be sure to check out all the farms on the list so that you don't miss out on a farm that you might not be familiar with, but is very good for you. All numbers here are either researched myself or by the fast farming community, so credits to them. Anyway, let's jump right into it. In the Silver Waste, you will defend strongholds until you can make a final push towards the Vine Wrath, and dig out some chests for even more loot. It was released before Guild Wars 2's first expansion, and is available to players without any expansion. A big plus. It is also very easy to get into, and still pays a decent 26 gold per hour, even after all these years. It may not be the most exciting farm you can run, but as a non-expansion player you don't have many other lucrative options, so give it a try. By the way, it costs no gold to subscribe to my channel, and if you do, you will probably make more gold in the future by never missing out on the latest tips, tricks and guides for making gold and other interesting Guild Wars 2 stuff. Bristlewood Coast is a very unique map in Guild Wars 2 that came with the No Quarter and Jormak Rising updates. It consists of a southern World vs. World style objective and a northern part that is like a normal meta event. You can either do just the southern one in a row or the northern one as well. Either way, to get a high gold per hour on this map, you need to have an organized squad, like the fast farming community regularly does. Meta event takes about 1.5 hours to complete. If you do it this way, you will get an average of 40 gold per hour. It is not higher on the list because of the amount of organization required. Dragon's End is the last actual map in the End of Dragons expansion. Like so many of the other dragon-flavored maps, it is designed almost entirely around the big meta event that takes place every 2 hours. A full run takes about 70 minutes, and the rewards are quite backloaded, so you need to complete the final event to get most of the rewards. It is very cinematic and very fun in my opinion, especially the final fight. After the nerfs you don't really need a fully optimized squad, but it certainly helps. In terms of average profit, like many other metas on this list, it has a big ticket item that can drop, the Dragon Void infusion, which is currently worth around 10k gold. Even if you don't get it, you're still averaging around 34 gold per hour. Dragonfall is the last map to be released with the Living World Season 4, and is again a dragon-inspired map with a single big meta event. Its meta lasts around 2 hours and is not timed, so if there is a map open that does it, you can jump in at any time. It also has a daily reward attached to it, via the daily chests, but even after that, it is still rewarding to farm. Doing the event chain in the different areas of the map, culminating in the final boss, and then doing the champion train across the map to open the chests is very lucrative and yields an average of 40 gold, 37.5 without the daily chests. It is a relaxed and not too complicated meta event, where you just follow different event chains and without much downtime in between, which I personally really appreciate. Festivals can also be a really good source of income. These are temporary events that last a few weeks and take place at certain times of the year, such as Winter's Day in December. Most of them have some sort of unlimited gold farming method attached to them, but only Winter's Day and especially Halloween can reach numbers like the other farms mentioned in the video. For Winter's Day you usually do the jumping puzzle or the bell choir as fast and as often as you can, which at current prices is about 16 to 70 gold per hour. For Halloween, you do the Labyrinth farm, which gives you about 38 gold per hour and has no requirements, and it is very easy to find a squad to do it with. Anyway, I think it's a great way to break out of the normal farming routine and do something different for a change. Strike missions have a weekly reward that will give you some decent gold, so you should do them every week if you like squad content. However, the Icebrood Saga strike missions have a daily reward, so they are much better and faster to do. Reward-wise and faster to do. As I mentioned in my video on what to do every day for maximum gold, they are really worth doing every day. You can also farm the Voice and Claw of the Fallen over and over again. Because they die so quickly with an experience party and give you a decent reward each time, you can get close to 50 gold an hour. Dungeons are a staple of the base game. They are outdated and power crept in a lot of ways, but they are a lot of fun because you can do a lot of pacing and tweaking to speed them up. The power creep also makes them extremely easy to get into. Funnily enough, the only thing that is not outdated are the rewards. There are 25 explorable paths, each with a daily reward. If you complete them all, you will receive an average of 110 gold. Depending on the speed of your party, this could take more than 3 hours and yield almost 40 gold per hour. However, if you are experienced, you can complete a dungeon tour in less than 1.5 hours, giving you one of the highest hourly gold rates on the list, at 70 gold. So dungeons are old content. It is definitely worth doing if you enjoy 5-player PvE content. Now for some honorable mentions that did not make it into the top 10 gold farms, but can still work. Ranked PvP gives you a good amount of raw gold, and some sweet rewards from progressing through the reward tracks. It is not as profitable as the other farms, but it might be more fun for you. Especially if you're really good and are able to win automated tournaments, it can actually be a very good gold farm. World vs World has a lot of hidden ways, where you can get gold passively for just playing the game more. If you add up all the rank up chests, bouncy reward track and pip chests with the stuff that drops from events and enemies, you can actually reach up to 20 gold an hour for playing a game mode we all enjoy so much. Raids are weekly reward based instance content for 10-player squads. Although typically players will not get good gold per hour from raids, hardcore players can complete all 8 raids in around 2 hours, giving an average of 50 gold per hour, even though it is only once a week. Fishing may not be the most exciting activity for most people, but boy, let me tell you how lucrative it is. If you know what you are doing and optimize your bait, fishing time, general speed and location, you can consistently make 50 gold an hour, with no daily limits and no other people involved. It also requires almost no investment, and any player who has the End of Dragons expansion and the fishing mastery unlocked can do it. Sounds good, doesn't it? I actually find it quite relaxed to do a little fishing while watching a bit of YouTube or Netflix on the second monitor. I will be making a video on how to optimize the fishing, so if you are interested, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss it. The trading post can be the most lucrative farming method in Guild Wars 2. I know that many players find it boring to make a profit using a UI, or even think it is not farming at all. But to me, spending hours in the game doing something to make a profit sounds like farming. The idea is always to spend time flipping, crafting and or processing stuff you get through the TP to make it more valuable, sell it at a higher price and make a profit. If you know what you are doing, you can make up to 50 gold an hour by flipping, and even up to 200 gold an hour by researching and processing. If you want to learn more about this very lucrative way of making gold, be sure to check out my trading post guides in the description. Fractals are Guild Wars 2's version of endless 5-person dungeons. You can farm them endlessly, but there are major reward bars for completing them each day. Completing the 3-4 daily fractals yields an average of around 20 gold, with full reward buffs such as fractal gold. Depending on the experience of the group, it takes less than 30 minutes to complete, which is a really big profit per hour, but it is kept daily. If you are even more hardcore, you can do all 5 of the current challenge modes for another 30 gold on average, which takes around 45 minutes depending on your group's performance. Often tier 4 dailies and CMs overlap, so you can even double the rewards by saving time. Additionally, a very big plus is that a huge part of the rewards are raw gold, not materials, which is very rare in Guild Wars 2. Personally, I find them extremely fun, and because they are so rewarding, I think they deserve such a high ranking. Not to mention that they are a great way to get ascended gear and stat infusions for all your characters. It has to be said though that you need enough agony resistance to do them, and when you start out you will not get all the reward buffs that a Fractal God player will get. However, they are still very rewarding. To learn more about fractals and how to get started with them and their challenge modes, check out the video in the top right hand. Those were my top 10 gold farms in Guild Wars 2. Let me know what you think and your favorite farms in the comments. I hope you found this video helpful and maybe even found a new way to make some more gold in Guild Wars 2. If you did, why not leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this, I would really appreciate a sub. Anyway, thanks for watching and I hope to see you around.